stranger stole everything I had, and it turned into the best night of my life. My best friend had this bright idea to go night swimming. It'll be fun, he said. Nobody goes there after dark, he said. So there we were, several guys splashing around in water cold enough to make a polar bear file a complaint when I heard laughter from shore. Female laughter. The kind that sounds cute until you realize it's directed at you. I squinted through the darkness and watched a group of girls descend on our clothes like seagulls on an abandoned sandwich. One grabbed my bag and took off running. My bag containing my phone, wallet, jacket, and most importantly, my dad's car keys. My dad loves that car more than most family members. My mom secretly let me borrow it while he was traveling, and if those keys disappeared, I'd be choosing between moving to another country or faking my own death. I launched myself out of the water like a penguin being chased by an orca, sand sticking to every wet inch of me. The cold hit like I was being body slammed by Jack Frost himself. My friends scattered after the other girls, but I had eyes on one target, the girl with my bag. Running on sand is already humiliating when you're prepared. Running while soaking wet, freezing, wearing nothing but swim trunks at 11 at night is an Olympic event nobody asked for. However, I was finally gaining ground until I hit what remained of some kid's sandcastle and went down face first. I got a mouthful of gritty betrayal and briefly considered letting the ocean take me. It would be more forgiving than my dad. But then I thought about my mom's face when she'd ask where his keys went, and dying of embarrassment felt like the better option than disappointing her. I scrambled up, lungs burning, skin developing frostbite. She glanced back and laughed, which honestly felt unnecessary. We hit the road and I learned that running on pavement with wet sand as my only protection is basically advanced torture. Every pebble felt like stepping on a Lego designed by someone with a grudge. She veered into a playground and I followed, wheezing like I'd been smoking since the womb. She climbed this rope structure, the kind that looks like a giant spider web had a baby with a jungle gym, and perched at the top like some chaotic Disney princess. "Can't reach me up here," she called down, grinning. I stood there dripping wet and shivering, staring up at her. At least she'd stopped running. At least she seemed to be joking rather than actually stealing my stuff for real. "You know," I managed between chattering teeth, "most people just ask for a guy's number. The whole ocean heist thing is a bit dramatic." She raised an eyebrow. "Where's the fun in that?" I laughed. "The fun is in me not developing hypothermia." Her eyes trailed from my feet to my face. "You look fine." I felt myself turning red. Thank God some blood was finally flowing. I decided to be super smooth and tell her, "I look like a wet dog someone left outside during a blizzard." I gestured at my bag dangling from her arm. "If you come down, I'll buy you a drink." She pulled out my wallet and waved it at me. "Looks like I'm buying, actually." I weighed my options. I could climb up after her, but the structure looked questionable, and I didn't want to explain to a paramedic why I was found tangled in playground equipment at midnight with no pants. Her phone rang. She answered, and I heard her friend's voice on the other end. "Oh yeah?" she said into the phone. "He got you?" A pause. "Yeah, mine didn't quite get me yet, but..." She looked me up and down slowly, and somehow I started sweating. "I'm doing very fine on my own," she said. She hung up and descended the rope structure like she'd done it 1,000 times. Her feet hit the ground and she straightened up. "Gymnastics since I was 8, she said, clearly noticing my impressed expression. Then she stepped closer and smiled. "If it makes you feel better, I called dibs the moment I saw you, just so you know." I blinked. "Wait, what?" She handed over my bag. "Your best friend has been flirting with my best friend for like 2 weeks. He invited her to the beach tonight, but we were having a girls' night, so we decided to make it interesting. See if you guys would actually chase us." I immediately checked inside the bag. Keys still there. Phone's still there. I wasn't going to die tonight after all. So this whole thing was planned? The chase part, yes. You eating sand, no. That was just a bonus. I should have been annoyed. I was still freezing. Still had sand in places sand should never be. But she was looking at me like I was the most amusing thing she'd encountered in weeks. "Well," I said, "the dibs thing does make me feel better." She grinned. "Good." 3 couples came out of that night, including me and her.